Hello friends, welcome to my channel Easy Learning. So today I'm going to talk about working with Kafka. So in this tutorial I'll be talking about how to install Kafka, and for Kafka we need to have Zookeeper installed in our system. So I'll be uh, discussing about how to install Zookeeper, followed by how to install Kafka, and then we'll do the path setup, and then followed by creation of topic and producers and consumer. So basically you will be learning through this tutorial that how you can start working with Kafka in a real time. So uh, let's get started. So as you can see in my screen, uh, for the Kafka installation we need to first we need to download the Kafka. Okay, so for that I will recommend this Ipsagon site. In the Ipsagon site, if you go here and you need to first download the Zookeeper. As I mentioned in beginning, for installing Kafka we need to for working with Kafka we need to have Zookeeper installed first. Okay, and then followed by Kafka. So to download Zookeeper you need to click here. Okay, so you have many other sites from where you can just download the Kafka, Zookeeper and Kafka, but I'll just recommend this because I found that very easy and you can do it in a quicker way, and all the steps everything is given here, whereas I'll explain this in my tutorial. So just first you have to download the Zookeeper. Okay, so make sure that once you download the Zookeeper it will come as a tar.gz file, right? So we need to extract that. So once you download this Zookeeper, okay, you need to extract that. So for that command is tar space hyphen zxf Zookeeper and followed by your Zookeeper version tar.gz. Basically this full file name it will come once you download from that website, and then you once you hit enter it will untarred, or it will be extracted Zookeeper file out of this star file. So it will look like this. So you can see in my local I have installed Zookeeper, so it will look like this, whereas I have installed 3.4.14 version. You can do it for the later version of it. So once you extract it, it will look like this. So make sure that you have unzipped it properly, because few of the times you will see that it may not come as a lib folder and bin folder. So make sure bin and lib are present. That is mandatory here. So once you download your Zookeeper, we are ready to do the changes. So make sure that bin and lib are present here, and we have conf file also, right? So the first step is to go to this conf file and create a zoo.cfg. Whereas you will always already having zoo sample.cfg, it will come with the Zookeeper by default. Either you edit it or you just create a new file. Okay, and just edit it with some changes which I will tell you. So for the data configuration, what we need to do, we need to provide the path of the data, right? So just go to the main path of the Zookeeper and create a data folder here and give this path to here. As you can see here, we have created a data folder, right? So in beginning time, it will be empty. So you also have to create this data folder, copy this path and paste it here. So this is the data directory. Rest other stuff you can leave it as default. The tick time, init limit, and then sync limit, everything will be, and the port is very important. Default port where uh, Zookeeper runs is 2181. So leave it as it is. So we are done with the uh, Zookeeper, right? So we have what we have done till now is we have installed Zookeeper, right? We have extracted that Zookeeper file out of this star file, and then we have created a data folder in it and provided the path inside the config zoo.conf file, right? So we are ready with Zookeeper. Now we have to start the Zookeeper. In order to start the Zookeeper, so you have to go to this path, right? And if you see here, inside bin you have a ZK server, right? So I am running in Windows machine. If you are running with Mac, okay, so you need to install, you need to run this shell script, whereas the name is same. Just you need to go to this path and just start this server. So we'll be doing the same thing. Just type ZK server, okay, .cmd, hit enter. Make sure that you have set the path of Zookeeper home and Zookeeper path in your system variable or user variable. So you will see that as soon as I hit the enter with this ZK server Zookeeper server command, it started binding of this port. That means my 2181 port is binded with the Zookeeper. You can see that, and it is started creating the log file. You can just minimize that, and then we'll come to the step 2. So now we are ready with the Kafka server to installation, right? So for the Kafka server, again you go to the same website, right? Just download this Kafka from here. You can download it from any other website. I will recommend to do it from here. And the same way you need to extract that Kafka. As soon as you extract the Kafka, it will come like this. Okay, make sure that bin, libs, logs, very important, logs and config, everything is available as it is. As you can see in my screen, it should come like this after you untar it. Okay, now how to do the configuration in Kafka, as we did for the Zookeeper. We went to the we created a data folder and we have given the data directory path inside the zoo.cfg. So here there is nothing, any kind of configuration, whereas you have to give this log path, right? Just copy this log path and provide it inside your server.properties, right? Everything it will come by default. Just you need to provide your log folder path here in the logs directory. Rest everything you can leave it as it is. We will talk in a later section of videos, or in the different videos, that what is partition, what is the replication factor, everything I will tell you. But for now you just remember that you just need to edit server.properties for your log path. So you have pointed out the log directory, then just come out of this configuration and come to the you will be seeing inside your bin you will be having Windows. So if I'm running in my Windows machine, I have to go to here and I need to start my server, Kafka server.start, right? You can see this Windows batch file. So to start this, we need to go to this path, right? So remember one thing, we have to start the server as well as we have to see the logs, right? What's going on in background after starting the server, and when I will create a topic, pass some message to the producer for them to consume for by the consumers, and all this stuff will be shown in my logs. So I need to provide the log path also, not only Kafka server.start back, right? For that I'll be going to this main path, right? Sorry. Okay, going to this main path, and you need to start this server. So what we have to do, because we have seen the server is inside Windows and then Kafka server, right? So just navigate to that. So you go to that path, okay, and then space. Here I need to provide the log path, because at the time of starting the server I want to see all the logs tracked by this. So you can see logs are one step back. Okay, so we need to go to config, sorry, we need to go to logs, right? So we need to logs are here, but we have provided where the path of the log we have provided where inside my server.property. So we need to go to this path, right? So if you can see, this is under Kafka folder, config is under Kafka folder. So we need to provide config slash server.properties, right? So we have to go here, config slash server.properties, right? If we enter here, the Kafka server has to be started. Because my Zookeeper is started, make sure that anytime if you are running the Kafka server, your Zookeeper server has to be started well before, right? You can see that my Kafka server is also started and running, right? So right? It's loading all the its necessary things and all. So just keep this also minimized. Now we are all set with these two steps, right? First step I talk about installation of Zookeeper, you can see here. And in second step we have done the Kafka setup, right? Now we have started my server also. Now come to creation of topic. So let me tell you a few things before starting creating the topic, whereas I'll make a separate video to explain what is topic, what is producer, consumer, broker, partition, offset, replication factor, all of these things. But just to give a heads on, like what is I am using Kafka to stream my message, right? So if you see in the real time, some of the data will be coming from JSON form and it will be sent to some other channel. So that JSON messages, or it's a string message or any kind of object message, is nothing but data for me. So in Kafka world, it will be called as a data or message, right? So we are sending this message to some topic, right? So topic is nothing but it's a arbitrary name given to data stream, and where all the messages will be stored, and interested consumers will consume the message from the topic, not directly from the producer, right? So in order to send the message to some interested consumer, the we need to have a topic created and followed by producers and consumers, right? So in this video I'll just tell the third step, because we are already all set with Zookeeper and Kafka. So now comes to the topic. If you can see how we can create the topic, so you if you go to this Kafka, right? So if you go to this Kafka and bin, right, inside Windows, you can see that you have to create a topic, right? So in order to create a topic, so okay, so you can see here, so the topics.bat, Kafka topics.bat file is responsible to create the, okay, here it is. So this is responsible to create the topic. So I need to go to this path, run this command with configuration of topic name, right? So just go to that path, okay. And now what we need to do, we need to create a topic. So before creating the topic, you need to make sure that it is going via Zookeeper, right? So so Kafka topic.bat file will execute with help of Zookeeper, which is running on your machine 2181, and that is already started, right? Zookeeper server is already started. With that, I'll be providing the replication factor as 1 for my demo purpose. You can make it if you want a 2-3 replica of the of your data into the topic. You can create it as many times. And partition is 1. So so what is partition, we will see in the future videos, but it is nothing but a data. If a data comes in a higher volume, or if it comes in a huge number, so usually what we do is we we just distribute some of the messages or some of the data into 2-3 computers. That those data partitioning is nothing but a partitions. So partitions are like one computer will have one partition of the messages, and another partition will have on another computer. So likewise we can have many partitions, right? So basically, as I say, that broker may have challenge to store the data into 2-3 parts, right? So this is the one part. So I just want to store in my single computer. I want one partition to be stored for this topic. That is why I have given partition 1, and the topic name is test. So just run this command, okay. And make sure that you don't have test this topic created in your system. For me, test is already created, so I'll be changing it. Otherwise you can see what error we'll get. So let's see the error first. I have started that. So it has to ideally create the topic, but in my case already topic test is existing. That's why I am not able to create the test. So test 456, okay, let's give, I don't know if 789, okay. let's give some unique name, and it will create the topic for me called test 789, right? Let's see. Okay, so topic has been created. Now as I mentioned, the interested producer will produce some message to this topic, okay, for the interested consumer to subscribe this, right? So let's create producer. So as I mentioned, in the same Windows folder you can see producer.bat file, okay. So the producer.bat file is responsible to create a producer. So I'll be using the same command line, because once test is created, we don't need to minimize this window, so we can create here itself. So similar way, broker list, I will tell in the later videos what is broker list. So as you already know that broker is also nothing but a Kafka server, okay. Because I'm the producer will not send directly a message to a consumer, right? It will send to some topic via broker. So that is what broker list we have to the broker list name we have to provide, and here 9092 is the default port, okay, for it for this to run. So I need to provide 789 the same test name. So my producer has to create with this. You can see that if this arrow comes, this line comes, means your our producer is ready to produce some message to this topic. Now my next job is to create the consumer, right? You can see that consumer also resides in this Windows only. So just go to that. This time I am just using another Windows, another command prompt, because I need to have this topic, right? So once I'll publish some message, you will able to see in this consumer. That's why I'm creating consumer a different window. And for the consumer, you can see that the similar command we need to give, okay. No changes here, just bootstrap server. You can see that test 789, right? This is my consumer. Hit enter. So now it has to create the consumer, right? So consumer is created. You can see it will never stop here because it is already created. Now it is ready to subscribe any message, right? So now I will keep this two window line by line, so that you can see here if I'm sending any message to my producer, uh, I mean the producer will produce some message to this topic test 789, and at the same time parallelly the consumer of this topic will listen this or subscribe the same message here. So now you can see I'm just typing hello friends, okay. It's just a string message, okay. And you can see in the beginning nothing is there here, right? As soon as the producer will send this message, immediately you will see that it came here, right? That means my producer and consumer are working in parallel. Now I'm sending any kind of message, it has to come here. So welcome to my channel easy learning, right? See here. So n number of message if you send, it will consume by here. So guys, this is what I wanted to show as part of this demo. Hope you like the video. If you like the video, just go ahead and hit like button, and uh, we'll be trying to create some more videos on this Kafka topic. I mean Kafka. I'll be creating many of the videos, and if you want a specific video to for me to create, just please go in the comment section. You can mention, and I'll be creating that for you. In the subsequent tutorials, I'll be creating the theoretical part of Kafka. So as I mentioned in beginning, what is producer, what is consumer, what is broker, topic, partition, offset, and replication factor, and all other stuff which we talk here, we will be seeing in the detail section of it. So hope this video has given some informative things to you. So keep learning. Thanks for watching.